Welcome to Cripple Fix It. I have an observation today from something I saw on the news earlier. The company Jigsaw, which does women's fashion, I believe, has had an ad banned which, if you see it, I wonder why. Now, it could have been very clever advertising by the company, by the advertising agency, to do negative advertising that they knew was going to get banned. But by banning something, you're pretty much encouraging everybody to find out what it was about. And basically, it's a picture, I'm going to advertise them myself, aren't I? It's a picture of a girl climbing a stile in the countryside, climbing over a gate, where something designed for the sheep or whatever not to get out. So humans can climb them, but animals can't. She's climbing that in a pair of walking boots, what looks like a woolly white jumper, and a pair of knickers. Well, that's normal hiking gear as far as I can see. I mean, I would go hiking in that, except I don't think anybody would like it. And I could get arrested. But anyway, that's the picture. Not offensive, I don't think. I mean, I'm not a woman, so I don't know. But I think most women are going to think, well, I've seen far more offensive things. It's like the picture in 1985, I think it was taken, of the tennis-playing girl whose skirt is oiked up a bit at the back and she's showing her bottom. You can't see any more than you can see if you was on a beach with, girls who wear these bloody thongs that go up their backside. It's no different to that. And it's an iconic photo, that one. But of course, in 1985, people weren't offended by such things. Now people are offended by absolutely anything. But I think it's clever advertising, negative advertising, to provoke a reaction. Then everyone's talking about it. And I think that's clever. I mean, it's like the Go Compare adverts with that awful Welsh singer who does an opera to Go Compare with an awful jingle. I mean, everybody hates it, but everybody remembers it. Hence why it's worked for so long. They wouldn't have kept the ad running this long if it didn't work. So by everyone moaning about this picture and now banning it, they've probably quadrupled the effect that it would have had if they'd just placed it. I'm assuming they would have put them on buses or billboards or, that kind of thing. So I have to say, hats off to them. They've done a good job of creating something which isn't offensive. It's a bit strange. It's not what you expect to see. Doesn't even really show off really what the company does. But it does a bloody good job of promoting it, which is what it's all about at the end of the day. From a company's point of view, I'd love to know how this ad rates compared with their others. I bet you it's their best one yet, because of all the moaners moaning about it. And the strange thing is, in the 80s, they put that tennis girl, I think it was, what was it, Athena, was the shop that was first in. And then you could get it everywhere. And they're still selling it today. Reprints of it. You couldn't buy it. You couldn't get hold of anything worse than that, or it was difficult to if you wanted to. You'd have to go to the top shelf magazines, or some dodgy old videos from a video shop. That's where you would find the real stuff that was objectifying women. And nowadays, you have people moaning about this picture of a girl over a style. Yeah, all the 11-year-olds can get horrific pornographic stuff on their phones anywhere. They can see anything now. And that's really what they should be, I think, concentrating on, rather than moaning about an ad, of which no one really finds offensive. The majority of the population are just going to see it as an ad. That's it. What they really want to worry about is kids who can access absolutely anything on their phones. You think, well, no, they can't, because I've got their SIM card. I've gone to the phone company and they're locked out from going to anything. Well, they're not locked out when they go to a mate's house and get on the Wi-Fi, are they? There's a bit of news for everybody. When they get on anyone's Wi-Fi, they can go to anything they want and see anything. And that is really what people should be worrying about, not some poor girl who's a model, probably, by the look of her, earning a few quid for an ad, which has been, I'm sure, has been specifically designed to provoke those dim-witted, politically correct idiots who are just, all they're doing is promoting the company. So, who's the dimwit there? I say that they should carry on doing this, because once the picture's out there, it's everywhere, isn't it? It's now been shared 1 billion times all over the internet. All the papers are allowed to print it. Everyone's printed the thing. People are moaning about it. That annoys people like me, because people are moaning about something they shouldn't be moaning about. And there it goes round and round and round and round and round. So, I shall put up Jigsaw. I would imagine it's a very good place to buy your women's clothing. And I don't mind putting out the odd ad, which is, let's see how offensive it is to women by their sales. See if their sales have gone up. That will be a clue, won't it? Because men aren't going to be buying from the sites, are they? Or kids. It's going to be women buying their clothes. If they are horrified, no, I refuse to buy from that website, then that's fine. If they're not, which I expect is the case, then they're going to sell more and more stuff. And their next ad is probably going to be worse than this one in terms of offending people. Too easily offended people are now. I don't know where it's come from. Don't understand it. There must be a point in history where things changed. Maybe in the 90s? I don't know. I'd like someone to pinpoint exactly where in history people woke up and thought, oh, I'm offended by absolutely everything now. But by being offended, I suppose it worked. Someone found out that actually by being offended by it, or liking it, or whatever, you're then grabbing the whole of your potential audience, as opposed to just a fraction of the people that liked it. You're now grabbing the people that liked it. The people that don't like it and are offended are now doubly promoting it. So you're getting double bubble on the advertising. I'd imagine that's where it's come from, because someone discovered that actually it works as an advertising medium. I'm sure if you go to an advertising agency, I haven't done so, but I'm sure if you do, they'll go, well, what sort of ad do you want? Well, our figures show that doing a negative ad can triple your turnover. Oh, I'll have that one, thank you. Yes, we'll do that. We'll offend some people as well as appeal to some people. And the offenders will then increase the circulation of the ad, which they've done brilliantly, because it's everywhere now. You cannot go on the internet and not see this ad. It's everywhere. And it's free, isn't it? Free advertising. After the agency's been paid, the pictures have been done, the initial release of the ad, now it's just gone wild, but still doing its job, because at the top of the picture is Jigsaw, and women all know that Jigsaw's a clothes company. Oh, I might go on there and see what they've got. I quite like those walking boots. If they do boots, I have no idea what they do. I'm not sure about their walking knickers, though. They could get a little bit chilly this time of year. I would recommend some jeans or something a bit more robust. Hey ho. Cheerio.